U.S. has simultaneously deployed 7 of the 11 U.S. nuclear aircraft carriers for the first time in over a decade, according to the U.S. Naval Institute. The 3 aircraft carriers with full air wings and strike groups positioned in the Western Pacific are the following: USS Ronald Reagan, CVN-76, USS Nimitz, CVN-68, USS Theodore Roosevelt, CVN-71. Another 4 are conducting short training missions as part of training operations or workups ahead of deployment. 2 out of 4 are operating in Eastern Pacific: USS Carl Vinson, CVN-70, and USS John C. Stennis, CVN-74, and the remaining 2 are operating in the Atlantic, the USS Abraham Lincoln. Back in 2016, 6 carriers were underway, and that was considered a milestone event by Chief of Naval Operations ADM John Richardson. The last time 7 carriers were deployed dates back to 2004, according to USNI. The report quotes an unidentified Navy official to shed more light on the upcoming drills. The Reagan, Nimitz and Roosevelt strike groups are all operating in the U.S. 7th Fleet area of operations. Reagan is operating in the Sea of Japan near the Korean Peninsula, while Nimitz is returning to its home port at Naval Station Kitsap Bremerton, Wash, after deployment to the Persian Gulf to conduct airstrike against ISIS targets. Roosevelt deployed from San Diego, California, on October 7, set to replace Nimitz as part of the continued U.S. operation against ISIS. More basic details were provided by the report for the remaining aircraft carriers. Vinson is conducting a planned sustainment exercise and flight tests with the F-35C Fighting II Joint Strike Fighter, while Stennis left Kitsap Bremerton last week for training after coming out of a repair period. A sailor on Vinson was injured Friday after being struck with the plane being towed on the flight deck. Lincoln is undergoing a series of qualifications following the completion of a mid-life refueling and complex overhaul and return to the fleet in May. Ford is continuing years of tests and training before the ship will be fully integrated into the U.S. fleet and leave on its first deployment sometime in the early 2020s. Naval aviation is supporting the requirements of combatant commanders forward while building our capabilities for future deployments and qualifying new pilots with training near shores, Vice ADM Michael Shoemaker, Commander Naval Air Forces, said in a Monday statement provided to USNI News. The addition of USS Gerald Ford is exciting, as we test the capabilities for the future. This up-tempo is not ordinary, but the demand for carriers remains as high as ever. Also on Monday, VOA's White House Bureau Chief Steve Herman confirmed what had been speculated